Hi, folks. Welcome to another edition of Apps for Success. As always, I am your host, John Bowman. And in each episode of Apps for Success, we take a look at a different app and how it can help you in your success efforts. Now, this episode, it's a little bit different. It's what I would call a tiny app. It's called Donut. That's right. Don't just Google donut, because I did that a couple times and it kept on showing me my local bakeries. But if you Google donut app, you'll see what I'm saying. There's also gonna be a little link inside the description. But Donut works with Slack, and what it attempts to do is to help you build culture while you're working remotely. And the way it does that is by encouraging people who may not know each other or may not speak that often to perhaps grab a cup of coffee over a donut and get to know each other a little bit better. You can also use Donut to do things like lotteries, if you want to have a special lunch for people or people want to get together. It's just a fun little app in order to help you work remotely a little bit better and create that type of culture that you might be missing if you're used to perhaps working inside of an office. Now, before we get to Donut, I just have to give you a joke. Ready? Okay. What was the mummy's favorite form of currency? Give up? Cryptocurrency. Yeah? On to the app, folks. Well, folks, here we are at Donut. It's just donut.com. I know, it's a pretty good .com to have. But as I mentioned, the whole idea behind Donut is grabbing a coffee or a donut with somebody you work with remotely. So what we're going to do here is we're going to add this to Slack by clicking that button, and we're just going to log into our Apps for Success Slack channel. There we are, and let me just put inside my password. One moment. There we go. We're allowed to see the channel. And voila. So what we're going to do here is we're going to work, well, honestly, Donut will walk us through all this, but the idea is it works by introducing you people from a specific Slack channel via DM and encouraging them to meet remotely for coffee, right? So we're just going to create a specific channel for this called Virtual Coffee. Now at your, see that? I love that. The nice little confetti is amazing. They do an amazing job here at Donut walking you through exactly how it works. But again, it's just making you remote friendly, right? So if we hit that next option, you can see things like frequency. You'll also be able to see things like pairing, how soon do you want people to pair? You can figure out stuff like welcoming new people. You can set that up as automated stuff that happens. Additionally, you can go into our advanced settings and talk about Zoom integrations or Google Calendar integrations. We'll give you a tour of that as it comes on. Okay, we'll click there. There we go. And again, you can talk about pairing size. So anyone, you can do different groups. As you do different groups, you can talk about what they want to, if you want it to be across groups, if you want it to just be a lottery, or it can just be pairing with anybody, like so. There we go. We'll clear those. But folks, this is the internal workings of Donut. As I hinted at inside of the copy, you can also use Donut for your onboarding of new employees. So if we wanted to just start a quick 14-day trial to show you exactly what this would look like, you can hit go. And as you can see here, right, you can create onboarding content in what they would call templates. Right? These are reusable series of like Slack messages that you can use for new people who come to your place of employment and join you as an employee, right? So to onboard somebody, you got to choose their start date and use what template you want to. See how there's general onboarding or specific engineer onboarding. In our case, we'd probably want to set up a customer success onboarding. So we can do that here. We'll do all the template, customer success, yay. Set up that template. Once we do that, it's organized in a specific calendar, right? So as you can see, we're looking at a calendar here. And there you can see each day in the calendar, you can send a specific message out to the new hire, right? So welcome to our team, ta-da! You're excited to be here, etc., etc. You can say when it sends, you can send it directly to the new hire, like so, all right? Obviously, we're gonna save that. And as you can imagine, it can send out these preset templates over time. And then you can also create what's known as building blocks, right? So you can say, These are particular check-ins. If you do 30, 60, 90 check-ins, or 30, 60, 90 plans, these check-ins are really, really valuable. If you have buddy intros, if you guys work on an onboarding system where you specifically have particular people are meant to be, the person to welcome someone new into the organization, you can do that. Polls, anniversary reminders, etc., etc. Lots of stuff here. Again, Donut does a really great job of helping to build that remote culture that you probably want to see at your company. And if you're a smaller company, this can actually be really hard to do. It's not something that comes naturally necessarily, and it's great to have a program that helps you to build that. So we can check out some more building blocks here. Again, buddy intro reminders, new polls, connection programs, monthly check-ins, etc., etc. You can always recommend channels for new people or have mentorships. You can also go beyond onboarding here. And it's just straight peer mentorships, like we were talking about previously. Again, there's a slight reporting thing here on the left-hand side. How many new hires have started, how many messages have been sent, polls delivered, etc. It really does help to make your team. Now, technically, this is outside of what we're talking about. The main value is in this pairing option, right? You just create this virtual coffee channel, and when we do, we can say the name of the channel. We're going to say everyone in the channel will get paired every 2 weeks, right? Or we can switch that down to every week or every 3 weeks or whatever it is. It'll also give you a countdown to the specific next pairing, or you can actually put in the next pairing yourself. Obviously, you can select a particular time zone, and you can post stats to the channel or keep them to yourself as well. Sometimes people do put guest users inside of Slack. I don't know. It's up to you guys if you use them inside of there. But always welcome new people. Just like that, folks, Donut's really easily set up. So if we come over to, let's see, where are we going? There we go. So we're over here and we're inside of my Slack channel, and this is our Apps for Success Slack option, right? So remember we were here before and we created Slack videos, etc. Well, then you can see that you'll have to join the channel, right? The channel's been created, so you just click here, click Browse Channels, and voila, virtual coffee. So you can join this channel. There you go. I've now joined it. Check it out. Donut sent me a message. Let's see what Donut has to say. Thanks for joining. We'll introduce you to one other person on this channel every 2 weeks. Your next intro is on this particular date. Before we get started, is there anyone you definitely don't want to talk to? Now, I know some of your organizations might be big and you might not want to pair with a particular person, but you can click there and you can select a particular person that you do not want to be paired with. We're just going to skip that from now. And then you can always go to your home tab if you want to edit that list in the future. All right, we'll just click that to make sure that you can see exactly what it looks like. So it's just a brief overview of the application. It tells you the specific channels that Donut's in. Now you can have these in multiple channels, right? You can make this specific to your team. You can make it for the entire company. People can join this one channel. You can invite Donut to a channel that your team's already in. You can always do a specific channel directly to that, like we were talking about. And you can always take a look at your dashboard. Remember, the dashboard is what shows you those things that you have to see. There we are. So we're just going to close out of these, but these are the stats we were talking about previously. So Donut's not a huge app, but it is something that automatically helps you to build up team connectivity. And like I mentioned inside the copy of this article, I really do miss the whole water cooler impromptu meetings, just saying hi, right? Some of you are probably very similar to me, and we work in customer success for a reason. We like talking to people. We like connecting with them. We like building relationships. And Donut is a great way for you to build relationships internally at your company. Well, folks, that's everything for this week. As always, thank you so much for listening. I'm John Bowman for Apps for Success. I hope you all have a good day.